YouTube has become more of an obtainable career over the years, with more and more channels rising every day. And even though there's an abundance of new creators on the platform, a lot of the old ones are still doing well. And although a lot of old creators learn to keep their channels afloat, there are some that sunk. This can happen due to various reasons. So today, I'm going to look at some old popular creators whose channels have fallen off. I just want to say this real quick, I mean no ill intention towards the creators I mentioned. I know the title seems mean and everything, but that's just for engagement. I have no personal gripes with any of these creators whatsoever. I also will not be validating anybody's opinion, so if that's what you came for, that's not gonna happen. Also, thank you guys for 7,000 subscribers, it means a lot. With that out of the way, let's get on with the video. Omer's channel was created on July 12th, 2006. He currently has 2.11 million subscribers. He makes gameplay videos, mostly pertaining of Dead by Daylight. His most popular video was a Friday the 13th gameplay with his friends. Some of you may not know, but he was actually a part of the Vanoss crew at one point. Now I know you're wondering, why is he no longer in the Vanoss crew? Omer got himself into some drama with the other Vanoss crew members. One of his most popular controversies being that he slandered his former friend H2O Delirious. All of his controversies just showed him to be a bad friend and a jealous person, which caused most of his friends to cut him off. His channel currently isn't doing too bad, views wise, but he's been slowly losing subs over the years. I'm sure many of you remember watching Omer back in the day. It sucks to see the things he did to his friends, but what can I say? He did this to himself. YummyMash's channel was created on July 25th, 2007. Man, there must be a thing with YouTubers making their channels in July. He currently has 1.27 million subscribers. He's played various games such as Modern Warfare 3 and Pokemon, but he's more known for his horror playthroughs, specifically FNAF. He's actually the one who recommended FNAF to Markiplier. His most popular video is a FNAF 2 Funny Moments animation. YummyMash is part of a big group of up-and-comers from back in the day, with people like Markiplier, PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, and more. His channel seemed to be doing really well back then. So what happened? Well, two things. There were some allegations of him talking to and the person he was talking to was allegedly 14. The allegations were actually addressed on Drama Alert. YummyMash eventually responded, admitting that he was flirting with the girl, but nothing terrible happened. He made a response video on his channel that he eventually removed. He also mentioned that the girl and her mother were lying in some ways. There isn't a lot of evidence for a lot of the claims the girl and her mom made, so I'm not entirely sure what they were right or wrong about, but we all know talking to someone severely not your age isn't good. His channel is currently dead in the water. He hasn't gained subs in a while and his videos struggle to hit 10k views. The second thing is that his content never really evolved. Even when he eventually returned, he never really changed anything. And we all know when it comes to a healthy channel, you have to continuously improve your content. So with him not doing that, it eventually led his channel to stagnate and slowly decline. It is kind of crazy to see such a big channel struggle to crack a certain amount of views. I'm not taking a jab at Yummy, I'm just saying it's crazy to see. He was such a big figure back then, so it's wild to see how his channel turned out. The allegations against him were a whole mess though. TheRPGMinks created her channel on November 27th, 2011. It currently has 1.06 million subs. For those who don't know, she used to go by MangaMinks. She made videos consisting of lewd and horror games. Her most popular video was a rap she made featuring Boy in a Band, collabing with people like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye. And this fall off is actually quite interesting. So she has a video titled YouTube is trying to take down her channel, where she talked about how her subscribers told her that they weren't seeing her videos. So she came to the conclusion that her channel was pretty much dead. So she made another channel called Krinks TV where she currently uploads. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, her girlfriend eventually became a part of the channel. So I looked through quite a bit of her videos to see what the issue was. She's pretty much suffering from the same issue that YummyMash is. Her content just didn't evolve. It's still the same as it was 9-10 years ago. I know there are some people who appreciate that, but in the end your channel ends up suffering. There's also a little bit of drama that she got into where she was accused of blacklisting a certain creator. There's only one video talking about this, so I'm not sure what entirely went on because the video itself doesn't really show any evidence of this. And since it happened many years ago, I'm not going to speak on it any further. But her old channel is basically dead. It hasn't gained any subs since last year. She hasn't uploaded on it in almost a year either. She's very active on her new channel with Chrism, but it's also dealing with the same issue the old one is. It is interesting to see such a big channel become very obscure though. Boogie2988 created his channel on April 5th, 2006. He currently has 3.95 million subs. He's made many types of videos, but he's mostly known for his skits as his character Francis. I'm sure a lot of you remember that one famous Mountain Dew video.
Did you drink my Mountain Dew? Did you drink my Mountain Dew? Let me smell your breath. Let me smell your breath!
His most popular video is him falling into a pool dramatically. Boogie was one of the biggest creators back then. One even referred to him as the Mr. Rogers of YouTube. His fall off has been happening for the past 5 years, but I'll explain it anyway. At the time, Boogie was regarded as a very positive and humble person. He was incredibly relatable and never let the money get to him. But at one point, there was an expose doc exposing all of that to be false. Over the years, there are multiple records of him making poor financial decisions. And instead of doing what he should have done, which is going back to work, he begged his fans for even more money. He's also been shown to be very manipulative, as well as a narcissistic liar. His channel at one point was at 4 million subs and is now down to 3.95 and is losing more and more. As far as views go, he has a lot of hate watchers, so he's not really struggling there. He definitely isn't pulling as many as he was during his peak. I said this a lot in this video, but it is crazy seeing a channel that was so big just fall from grace. Not even just in statistics, but in this case, his reputation. Jelly created his channel on May 27, 2014. He makes gaming videos and was known for his GTA 5 series. His most popular video is him playing GTA 5 as a police officer. It's safe to say Jelly was probably one of the biggest content creators in the world back then. He started relatively newer than a lot of other people too. He currently has over 23 million subscribers. His channel seems to be huge, so what caused the fall off? As many of you probably know, he was in a big trio of creators, having him, Sluggleman, and Quebblecop. They eventually drifted away and stopped making videos together, and Quebblecop eventually got replaced with Craner, in which they drifted apart again after a little while. Now, Jelly's not a bad person. He never got into anything crazy. His content is just very kid-oriented, and it never grew up with his audience. Since his content never matured, a lot of his old viewers just stopped watching him, leaving his channel to where it is today. His channel currently isn't doing terrible, but it's nowhere near what he used to get. I found a weird thing with his subscriber growth though. If you go on view stats and check his subscribers within the past year, you can see from December 9th, 2023 to December 16th, 2023 that he went from 23,500,000 to 23,600,000. And then on March 9th of this year, he went back down to 23,500,000. Then on May 25th, went back to 23,600,000. And even if you look at his monthly subscriber analytics, he went from gaining no subscribers at all in November of 2023 to just gaining 100,000 a month after. Then he didn't gain any until May of this year, which was another 100,000. I don't know if he's sub-botting, I'm not entirely sure. That wouldn't really make sense for how big his channel is. I could be seeing this incorrectly, but this just looked really weird to me. So if anybody else knows what's going on here, let me know. He's not a bad guy in any way, but it is crazy to see his channel fall off so hard. I remember my friends arguing about who was the better one out of the trio. But yeah, it's really crazy to see. iDubbz created his channel on August 17, 2012. He currently has 7.19 million subscribers. He made various forms of content that were on the edgy side. He actually deleted his most popular video, which was a content cop on rice gum, leaving his Airsoft Fatty documentary Full Force to take its place. For those who don't know, Content Cop was his biggest series ever. There were videos consisting of him criticizing bad creators, each one getting tens of millions of views. Well, if they did so well, why did he delete some of them and unlist the others? Well, at one point, iDubbz had a change of heart about himself. He felt that due to him creating edgy content, that he was garnering an audience of people who were genuinely offensive. He feels that he negatively impacted people with the videos he made. So he took down his Content Cop series and wanted to go about things a different way. So he spent the last years changing and bettering himself. Whether you agree with his change or not is up to you. But his channel currently isn't doing so bad. He isn't getting crazy views, but he also isn't uploading as much. iDubbz is a pretty big figure in the YouTube landscape. We had a lot of great videos with him, Joji, and Max Mofo. He's also hosted a boxing event twice called Creator Clash. Now, whether he fell off or on is still being talked about today. Some say he betrayed his audience to fit in YouTube's PC agenda, and others are saying that he simply is changing and growing and doesn't like his old self. Whichever way you feel, you have to admit that he made some pretty good videos in terms of quality. But yeah, the iDubbz situation is pretty interesting. PlasmusHD created his second channel on November 16, 2015, and I said his second channel because his main channel got terminated. This was due to him getting multiple copyright strikes. Copyright strikes are different from copyright claims. If somebody claims your video, you can still have it up, you just won't be able to monetize it. If a video gets copyright struck, that could lead to you getting a strike on your channel. Copyright claims are automated by YouTube's Content ID program. Meanwhile, copyright strikes are inputted manually by the striker. If you get 3 copyright strikes, your channel gets terminated and you cannot make a new channel. Luckily for Blast, he had backup channels so he could still upload on those. His most popular video on his second channel is a try not to laugh video. PlasmusHD makes reaction videos. He's known for being funny and very entertaining. And I know what you're saying. Well, if you're funny and entertaining, how could you fall off? Well, there's a couple things that happened. He used to have a couple really good friends that would be in some of his videos. He ended up having a falling out with both of them and his ex, in which they exposed him for being a cheater as well as being narcissistic and just a toxic friend. Maybe not so much the cheating part, as he was really open about that. Not only that, his content eventually became stale. He would just make the same videos over and over again. Again, some people don't mind that, but the majority would like more. Some feel that his reactions are forced and that he's trying too hard. And after hearing about how he is, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of his fans just left. His channel currently isn't doing so well, averaging around 5,000 to 15,000 views a video. He also uploads on his gaming channel sometimes, but that's not really doing well either. He was such a big channel back then. I remember watching him a lot. It's kind of crazy to see where he is now. Falling off is something that will happen to every creator. For some, it's worse than others, but as long as you continue to make good content, you won't really have to worry about that anytime soon.